It was 2:03 a.m. when Daniel opened his eyes. The glowing red digits of the clock mocked him in the darkness of his bedroom. He sighed, pulling the blanket over his shoulders. He had gone to bed at 11 p.m., proud of himself for turning in early. But now, 3 hours later, he was wide awake, staring at the ceiling, his mind buzzing like a broken fan. "This can't be happening again," he muttered. Daniel had struggled with sleep on and off for years. Some nights he drifted off easily, but others were torture. He'd wake up at odd hours, and no matter how tired he felt, sleep refused to return. Worse, the more he thought about it, the harder it became to rest. Tonight was one of those nights. His big presentation at work was in the morning. If he didn't get enough rest, his performance would suffer. Anxiety tightened in his chest. He flipped over, punched his pillow into a new shape, and shut his eyes. Nothing. His brain whispered worries louder and louder. What if I forget my points? What if I stumble over my words? What if I look like a fool in front of everyone? The more he tried, the more awake he felt. Then, he remembered something his friend Mira had told him just a week earlier. Mira had battled insomnia for years before learning practical techniques to fall back asleep quickly, even at 2 a.m. She had called it her rescue plan. Daniel decided to try it out. Step 1. Don't fight it. The first thing Mira had said was counterintuitive. Don't panic about being awake. Lying in bed angry only wakes you up more. Accept that you're awake. It tricks your brain into relaxing. So Daniel lay still, stopped fidgeting, and whispered to himself, "It's okay. Being awake at 2 a.m. doesn't mean I won't function tomorrow." Almost instantly, the tightness in his chest loosened. The clock still glowed, but it no longer felt like an enemy. Step 2. The breath reset. Myra's second tip was something she called the 4-7-8 trick. Inhale through the nose for 4 seconds, hold for 7, then exhale slowly for 8. Daniel gave it a try. Inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 1, 7. Exhale, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. At first, it felt silly. But after repeating it a few times, his racing thoughts began to fade. His body felt heavier against the mattress. He repeated the cycle 5 times, then yawned. Step 3. Distract the mind. But as soon as he relaxed, a work thought slipped in again. Don't forget the sales report slide. Daniel groaned. Mira had anticipated this. When your brain won't shut up, distract it with something boring but gentle. Like imagining yourself walking down a staircase, step by step. Or naming animals alphabetically. Anything calm. So Daniel began picturing himself walking slowly down a grand staircase inside a quiet library. Each step echoed faintly, step by step, down, down, down. The image was so peaceful that soon, his thoughts of work dissolved into the background. Step 4. Create comfort. Still half awake, Daniel noticed the blanket was twisted around his legs. He straightened it, adjusted his pillow, and let the cool side touch his cheek. Mira had insisted, your body has to feel safe and comfortable for sleep to return. Small discomforts can keep you up. Now, lying still, warm but not overheated, he let himself sink deeper. The drowsy drift. Minutes ticked by. Daniel no longer cared what time it was. The staircase in his imagination stretched endlessly, and each step made him heavier, sleepier. He yawned again. His eyelids fluttered. The library staircase blurred into fragments of dreams, shapes that didn't quite make sense, but that felt oddly soothing. For the first time that night, he wasn't trying to sleep. He was simply drifting. The morning after, when the alarm buzzed, Daniel blinked at the sunlight pouring through his window. He sat up, stunned. The last time he had checked the clock, it had been 2:10. Now it was 6:30. He hadn't even noticed when sleep reclaimed him. Stretching, he realized he felt more rested than he had expected. The old panic he used to feel at night, "Oh no, I'll never fall asleep again," was replaced with confidence. He now had a method, a roadmap for when 2 a.m. awakenings struck again. Later that day, after delivering his presentation smoothly and receiving praise from his boss, Daniel texted Mira. "You were right. Your trick worked. I actually fell back asleep fast at 2 a.m. I owe you one." Her reply came instantly. "Told you. Sleep isn't about forcing. It's about letting go. Welcome to the calm side." Daniel smiled. That night, when he lay down to rest, he knew that even if he woke in the middle of the night again, he had nothing to fear. He had tools, and that knowledge itself was powerful enough to bring peace. Lessons from Daniel's story. Waking up at 2 a.m. doesn't have to mean a ruined night. Daniel's experience shows the key steps anyone can use. 1. Don't panic, accept you're awake and take off the pressure. 2. Control your breath, use a technique like 4-7-8 to slow down racing thoughts. 3. Distract the mind, focus on calm, boring imagery instead of worries. 4. Adjust comfort, fix pillows, blankets, and room temperature. Often, sleep comes not when you chase it, but when you stop fighting and allow it to return naturally.